Oh, good. It says it may take up to 15, 20 seconds. Okay, cool. So I think we're live, and let's see if we can see our attendees. Can you guys hear us and see us? If you could put yourselves in the chat box. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing them, but I see that there is, I think, 18, 20 people here. Let's see. I see you, Stefano. That's exciting. Let's see here. No attendee in the room. Let's update. Ah, there they are. I think they're all in now. Cool. All right. In the chat, they can hear us. Okay, cool. This is the first time we're using this webinar jam, so it's a little bit different. So hi, everybody. Hi, Stefano.
Hello.
Hi. So thanks for doing this today. I'm excited because, we have a lot of people registered for this call. And, I think real estate is just such an amazing career. I've been doing it 24 years, and you've been doing it how long?
4 years.
4 years. Yay. So first thing we want to talk about in the chat, I would love to hear how many years you guys have been in real estate. Our audience that's here today, just type it in the chat box, how many years you have been in real estate, so we can see the level of agent that we have here. Because I think that there is, there's this myth that you're going to get into real estate and it's just going to be, flowers and rainbows and it's so exciting. It's a hard career. And I want to kind of unpack that today and kind of show people that you can have a little bit of time freedom and financial freedom, but what will it actually take to get both? And does that unicorn job really exist? And for you doing it 4 years now, you've gone through, the gamut of, a really good market through COVID, and then now getting a little bit tougher. So why don't you give everybody a little bit of your background, how you got into real estate and what you did before real estate?
Yeah. Wait, even before ISA or?
Yeah, even before that. Why did you get your license to get into real estate?
Okay. So I started off out of college working at a country club, and I was the member relations and private events director. So I did all the marketing and communication for the members at the country club, and I planned all the events, golf tournaments, and all that good stuff. And then one day a country club member told me that I'd be great at selling real estate. He was a realtor, or is. And he was like, why don't you just do real estate on the side, send me referrals basically, and get paid for it, and, keep working at the country club. So I was like, okay. Cause he was just like, you're a great people person. You interact with everyone at the club. Like you were born to do this essentially. And I was like, okay, I'll just, do it on the side. I'll send you referrals. And then COVID happened, and I got let go from the club because there was no more events or anything to market. And so I had just got my license. I finished classes online because of the shutdown. And so then I was just a little scared to go into being an agent full time. And so I got a position on a different team as an inside sales agent. And for those that don't know, that's just basically hammering the phones 8 hours a day, setting appointments for the agents on the team I was with. And then from there, I did that about...
I was going to say, it's the most crucial thing that a real estate agent needs to learn is get on the phones. And you literally started in that position, which I think is amazing. If there's a new agent listening, that might be a great way to start their career. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because you have to do that every single day. And so I guess I didn't really know that whenever I became an ISA. I was just like, I just want to learn the lingo and learn a little bit about, real estate scripts, I guess. And just be able to talk the talk and not, I guess, just sound educated or more experienced before I'm out in the field, face to face with these people. I tested on the phones. But then after 6 months, I was not happy with the results of the agents not converting all my set appointments. So I was like, why don't I just go set my own appointments and then go and convert them myself? So from there,
and make more money.
What's that?
I said, and make more money because you're right. You're getting paid, ISA hourly plus a little, 5% override on the commission versus getting half of the whole deal. And,
Right.
it just makes more sense. So I love that.
Yeah. And I think it was because I wanted the safety net of having like a little salary and then just getting bonuses. Versus, I just had a scared mindset, I guess, at first, because I didn't believe in myself that I could work off a commission only job.
Yeah. Well, and I think most people are groomed through elementary school, through high school, through college, get a job, get a job, get a job. And when you go into real estate, you are absolutely an entrepreneur. You have to adopt that entrepreneur mindset. If it's to be, it's up to me. And if you don't put it forth the effort, you can, you work at one of the top 25 teams in the whole nation, but we don't just open up your mouth and drop deals into them. Like you have to work for it too, anywhere you are. You just want to be around more opportunity. So then you found us through a friend.
Yes.
And then, of course, we were like, look at him. He's so handsome. Let's hire him right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and then I kind of just put all my practices of making daily calls every single morning into practice. And then, the team giving like leads or set appointments from our team's ISAs. And then also like Zillow Flex, that partnership definitely like helped my business really take off.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for some of you that are newer, in the real estate industry, the average agent sells 4 homes a year. That is the average in the nation. And so the average real estate agent earns $20,000 a year. And so it's a really underpaid, just not a great industry for most individual solo agents. And then, of course, you decided, let me join a team. What does the average day look like for an agent on a team, when you first started? Like, what does your average day look like?
Yes. So I typically time block in the morning 2 hours of like follow up and prospecting. And these are just going through like the leads in my database that I need to follow up with, or prospecting new business, whether that's expireds, FSBOs. Even like now I touch on my past clients as part of my like prospecting rotation, because now I'm starting to get either referrals from the past clients or, like, surprisingly enough, it's kind of crazy this year. I've had so many past clients have me sell their house and buy a bigger house. And I didn't think that turnaround would happen so quickly within 3 to 4 years of being in the business. It's just kind of crazy that, like, you would think that people would live in their home longer, but I also get people want to, upgrade homes or buy a second home, or they have to move out of state for work or family or, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's totally true. And you do a really good job of keeping in touch with people. And so when you give great customer service, naturally they're going to come back to you. I think they say the average person lives in their home 8 to 10 years, but definitely you're going to get people in 4 or 5. I mean, we've had agents or clients buy a home and then sell it in 6 months because they just don't like it, and we sell it for free, of course. But that happens. So your time management looks like you come into the office you're here pretty consistently. You're one of our best agents. You're always, on time for things. You're always looking sharp I know when you're ready to go out on an appointment because you've got your suit on and you're really serious about it. And I think that's important because we do have a lot of agents in the market that wear, flip-flops and ripped jeans. And I don't know about you, but I'm older, I'm 45, but if I pulled up and an agent was in ripped jeans, I just wouldn't take them seriously. So I think you do a good job.
I've seen other agents leaving the house like before my showing, like you said, in flip-flops or like even a hoodie, like wearing a hoodie.
Yes.
How are you being taken seriously, like wearing a hoodie to a showing?
Agreed.
But yeah, I guess I stopped on my routine, or to answer your question. Yeah. So I do my follow-up prospecting, usually 2 hours, and then I usually am at a training at our office because we usually have a training almost every single day. And like, I don't know, even this many years in, like I still show up to the trainings because like I'm always learning, and I always encourage other people to always be learning, because you're going to get a nugget or like hear a word tract or like a script or anything from just being in the room with other people that are doing the same thing as you, or like, I don't know, just surround yourself with, top performing agents, and then I believe that you'll become one. So that's like what my like intent was when I joined the team here at Caul Group was to be in the office every single day and just kind of be a sponge and absorb and listen to those conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. So his name is Stefano, Christy. She said, what is this guy's name? Stefano. So yeah, I agree with you because I think I was a solo agent for the first 7 years of my career, and I only sold like 25, 30 homes. I wasn't like a top agent. I did really good business, but nobody was sharing with me. And so my trajectory was slower until I got into mastermind groups and I really got around top producing people. And I think that, you know, to be around people that want to do more and grow is huge. So how do you feel going from team? I mean, you've never been solo. So there's, you know, a lot of solo agents out there that I think, to me, when I look at it, take twice as long to build their business because they're doing it solo, and that's okay. Their profitability might be a little different. So talk about the leverage piece on a team that you feel like you get.
Yeah. So with our team, I feel like that's what helps me sell so many houses is the leverage on the back end with my transaction coordinator, Deborah. She's an angel, and I'm so grateful that I've had her for the entire time that I've, you know, been on the team. She stayed with us. So like that in itself has just like that relationship. We like know how to help each other because we've been working together now for 3 or 4 years. But basically whenever I go under contract, like, I mean, she takes so much off my plate on the back end as far as, you know, the paperwork, you know, connecting the lender and the attorney and doing all the sorts. Like I know the process on the back end just because I've been doing it, but like she handles all of that. And like when I'm on my showings, I can just call her and be like, hey, I saw this email come in. Like, can you respond to it this? Or like, can you send a document for my clients to sign because I'm on the road doing more showings? So that leverage, I'm able to just keep servicing and focusing on selling and being in the field with more clients and just really just keep selling more houses because she's handling, I guess, the busy work, I'll call it. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
the admin side.
That's like what she enjoys doing. So like, I don't know. We just work off of our strengths, you know, like I'd rather be negotiating or customer facing than doing like paperwork. Like I could do it like, because I'm a checklist person, but like, it's that's just not the best use of my time.
It's not an income producing activity. And what's interesting is on our team, I started where our admin are all licensed. So we only allow admins that are licensed so they can do real estate activities. A lot of teams, the only thing the admin does is process paperwork. Like they just send it to SkySlope. That's it. Ours will look at, make sure your boxes are checked, your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. Not only that, they look at the closing statements and really look at the closing statements. I don't think half of our agents even know what the numbers would track out to be. So it's just an elevated level of service we've always wanted. So you guys can call leads, negotiate contracts, and be in the field. Yeah. Deborah was asking, she said, how do you handle your schedule when time is always of the essence? I miss so many because I'm in production. Deborah, what do you miss so many? Do you miss so many leads? What are you missing? Because Deborah is in Michigan. I do know Deborah. Okay. And so I'm trying to figure out what she means by that.
Because I would say, like, I definitely struggled with it at first about not responding to everyone. Like the second it comes in, like I always want to be super timely and responsive. And it's like something I pride myself on, but it's like, she said mastermind classes.
Oh, yeah. Because you said always be learning, always go to the classes. Yep.
I mean, I definitely prioritize, like I put those trainings on my schedule, but I would say like if there was a showing that came in, they had to do it at that time, then I would skip the training. But I try not to. I try to protect my time. So I guess that's what I was saying. Like you don't have to respond to that person the second it comes in. They should also understand that you're a busy person, you're working. But I will say I've definitely gotten better at like, it's okay to get back to them in an hour or two, even if you just text them and say, hey, I'm in an appointment. I'll get to you as soon as I can. But just kind of like protecting your schedule is, I guess, what I was trying to say. Don't like let the clients run your day or your schedule, or then you will be like, I guess, missing things, or you'll be off the tracks, I guess. And that's what, I guess, it took me probably a year to learn, because I was like so focused on, oh, someone just text me and they want to see it right now. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing and go. But then like I would get derailed from doing, like my prospecting time. And that's what like builds your future business down the road, to not have, gaps in your business like every other month, for example.
Right. Because really, if you let the clients take advantage of you, this is what your income looks like. But if it's like, no, this is my day, you would never call your attorney and expect them to drop everything, or your doctor, or any other professional except real estate, because we allow the clients to manage us versus us manage ourselves and our day, and say, this is my business hours. And yes, I'll get back to you. Because I used to tell my clients, look, I'm in the field sometimes, is just like I'm talking to you and giving you all my attention right now and not answering my phone. Sometimes I'm going to be with other clients and I can't answer you in that moment, but I will definitely get back to you really quickly. It's just setting their expectations, which I think you're good at. And you have tenacity and follow through. So it's not like you don't get back to them or are willy-nilly about things.
I mean, definitely still get back to them in a timely manner, but I don't know. You just can't let them, as much as like, I don't know, you're like fear that they're going to find another realtor, because like, for example, with our sign calls, people call us from our sign all the time and they're like, hey, we're standing outside the house. Can you let us in? And I'm just like, how realistic? You think a realtor's just sitting in the bush waiting to open the door or for you to call? Like, I'm just like, I don't understand these people that think like we're right around the corner and can just pop out and open the door for them. Like,
Well, I think there are realtors that don't have a lot of business that are sitting in bushes waiting to pop out. But that's the problem, is that they're not doing the income producing activities consistently to have that steady flow of income. So don't be sitting in bushes popping out, for your clients. That's the message here. So, okay. So let's talk about income real quick. What is your best income year as an agent on a team who has splits? What's your best income year?
125,000.
125,000. Tell them how old you are.
I'm 28.
Okay, 28. So in my mind, I'm like, that was a year or two ago or whatever. There are doctors that do not make that. What was your I see your diploma on the back there. What did you get? Did you get a business degree?
I guess kind of. It was commercial recreation and tourism management, because I thought I wanted to do
you are. You're like a tour guide now. You're putting people in your car and bring them all around. I love it. So $125,000. The thing that I want people to kind of understand is, I was making $150,000 as a solo agent, but after I took off all my expenses, my admin fees and all the things, because I had to hire people to help me manage these deals, I net about 90,000. So I would think that making 125, what are your expenses right now that you really truly track? Are they just mainly gas? And like, what are your other expenses?
I mean, I have a whole spreadsheet, so I'm a spreadsheet person.
Of course you do.
Track of like everything that's like write-offs. So I mean, it would be like your phone. You can like write off a portion of your house, your office, electricity, internet. I mean, gas. So you can only do gas, or if your car has you can only do the mileage, or you can do like, if you were to do repairs on your car, you can't do both. What else is there?
I mean, there's not a lot more for you guys being on a team. So again, I always try to say to agents, like, I used to make about $5,000 to $7,000 per transaction when I was solo. And, I made my best year selling 130 homes. I made 700,000 clear after all expenses. And, and now being a team owner, we have agents that come in and half the business goes to them and the other half we keep, and then we have our profits taken off of that. So we make about $2,000 a transaction, but we sell more in volume. What was your highest transaction count as far as sales?
39 in 1 year.
Almost 40 units. That's really good. And so what's your goal this year?
40 units.
40 units. Push to 50. To 50. And that's a really healthy business. And I think that, right now, some of you in the chat box, I'd love to hear how many units you did in the last 12 months. I know I see somebody on here. I don't know if Stephanie's still on here. Stephanie's been an agent for a long time, 9 years, and she's a rock star. Stephanie, how many units did you sell? And then Deborah, I know you're newer in the business. Let's hear how many units you sold. And then we'll get to our next question. So when you're in real estate, I mean, the cool thing is you're at a company that you can also grow teams and build passive income. And I think you have, 15. Good job, Anna. 26. Good job, Deborah.
Nice.
So you're in a company that can also allow for passive income. So you're growing a team right now, which I think is fun because I never had this opportunity at 28. So tell them how many people are on your team and how you're growing your team. And anyone on this call can join him to be on his team. And you're actually a good mentor on our team. He's mentored 2 or 3 people now that have been your showing assistants and then kind of graduated to, be solo agents, on the team.
Each one rookie of the year.
They each won rookie of the year. So you're a good trainer.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So I have, I guess, 5 people on my team right now. I guess a lot of it has just been from, I guess, being on social media and like I have someone from high school in Texas. And then, I guess lately I've been meeting people through LinkedIn posts. So that's what I've been doing lately. But
I love that.
What was the question?
Well, we were saying about building a team. Like I didn't have my first partner till 14 years in the business. I wasn't, I wasn't thinking about growing a team at all. And until I got burned out and I was like, gosh, I need a little leverage. So at 28 years old, you have 5 people on your team, which they're all scattered throughout the nation. I think you have a guy in California and Texas or whatever. So you can build teams. Is it important to you to have like a brokerage that also allows you to kind of build teams and build passive income too?
Yeah, definitely. Cause I mean, I think you said it or someone said like finding these agents, not only are you like building a community or a team to kind of like mentor or lead and kind of just bounce ideas off of. Cause I mean, 2 of the agents like on my team are on Caul group now.
Right.
But like, I guess like we benefit from them a little bit. And what you were saying was like EXP pays us essentially like if they're, a producing agent, it's almost like buying another investment property. So it's just like another source of income almost, just from like helping like another agent be as successful as like I'm hoping to be, I invite all the agents on my team. They like can make calls with me and Jack in the mornings on Zoom. Like that happens every now and then. They don't always do it, but I always encourage them. Like, cause I'm always going to be calling. Like it's more fun to do it with like people on Zoom and you can just kind of hear people, make calls and, coach them or guide them accordingly based on how the call goes. So, I mean, I don't know. I really enjoyed that opportunity that EXP gives us. I mean, and I don't know if I was with Keller Williams before here, so I know that wasn't a possibility there, but I'm sure, other brokerages probably copied us by now.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing is like, some of the people on this call said that they were newer agents, they're getting licensed, they're working on their license. And the thing is, it's like Nicholas, I think, was saying he's working on it, where there was never a time, 24 years ago when I started, where I could just meet Stefano and go, hey, could you help me? Like, can I listen to your calls? Absolutely not. I had to beg and plead to like listen to a partner associate. And it was a dog eat dog world. So I love that any of you on this call can reach out to Stefano and be like, hey, I'd love to join your team. It's free. And you join the brokerage and boom, like you've got his support and his mentorship, myself as well, because he's part of our team. And I just think it's really cool. And so you're 28, you're starting your team, which is pretty neat. Now you've got a couple investment properties, which I think is amazing because some people, they're 28, they haven't even bought their first house and you've owned 3 so far. What is your goal as far as the next, 5 years? How many more properties do you want to buy?
Probably only a house a year.
Only a house a year.
I'd love to do more than a house a year, but just with like the busyness of life and then also like servicing clients and hopefully, servicing 40 clients every single year, it would just be a lot to do more than that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to find a way to maybe scale it more. So, but I don't know. I think one a year is a good goal.
That's a great goal. If you have like,
I was going to just say, I haven't even like, I guess, looked into the possibility of like pulling the equity out of my homes now and buying a new house with that. Cause I know I have equity in like a couple of them. So I haven't even explored that. I'm just like, should I go ahead and do that and just buy another property? But it's like, I know I should. It's just like, it's so much. Like, I don't know.
It's scary. It's scary. But think about like in the next 5 years, you'll be 33, 34 years old to have 5 properties that are in the next 5 years just gaining in equity. You've got, let's just say, eventually when you're, okay, let's say in 15, 20 years, you're 45 years old. Now you've got 10 homes, all almost paid for, bringing in, let's just say conservatively $2,000 a month, which with inflation, it should be more. That's 20 grand a month of passive income. Most people can live off 20 grand a month as long as they don't want to fly on jets everywhere and, just be really extravagant in their lifestyle. So I just love that you're thinking in that way, because, to sacrifice now and not be like so wild with spending and be very conservative, you're going to have what most people don't have later. So I love that. Nicholas said, I'm eager to finish and hopefully work under Stephanie Cox. Oh, that's great. She has been amazing so far, allowing me the opportunity to shadow her. That's exactly this model. And Stephanie sold 79 homes herself, and she's been an agent for almost a decade. And her team, she's got a team now, 63 closed for the team. Amazing. And that's it. It's like, to be an agent is tough. I think you have to have what Stefano has, like be regimen, come in at the same time every day. Doesn't it get boring a little bit? Like, don't you feel like sometimes, even though you meet new customers, embracing that repetitious boredom, I think sometimes agents get really like bummed out because they're like, is this all we're doing every day? How do you like battle that?
I mean, that's a good question. Because like today I didn't have any showings. And so I've just been making calls all day. And at like 3:00, I was like, I don't want to make any more calls. And so like, I definitely like slowed down. Like I wasn't just call after call after call, but like, I don't know. I just like do it. It's like, I just know that's part of my job. And like, if I was at like any other job, like I'd have to still work until 5. So I guess that's part of like my mindset, but also I'm just like, if I'm not setting an appointment a day, at least like minimum, then I'm not like satisfied, I guess is what it is. And so I will keep just calling all day until I set, whether it's 1 appointment or 5 appointments in a day, like I have to at least get one, but I don't like just stop if like I set an appointment in the morning at like 9 or 10 a.m. I'm not calling it a day. I'm going to keep going.
I love that.
So
the one thing about you is you do have tenacity. And I think people that actually have tenacity, it's like that ability to follow through to get a result. Like you want a result and you're like, I'm going to keep going till I get one, where I think a lot of other people are like, this is boring. They have ADD. They can't focus. And then they just want their day to look different every day, but yet then their results do this. But I feel like you're the steady Eddie. It's like, I think you could easily sell 50 deals a year. It will come in time. Like I know everybody wants to come into this business and sell $1 million homes. And it's like, it took me 14 years to sell my first $1 million home when I think about it. And I think it was because I started at 23 and I looked young. Now I look old. So I'm great. People are like, perfect. She knows what she's doing. She's got gray hair. You're still young and, and you look young, of course, but you're seasoned and speak well. But I think that will also come in time where your clientele gets older with you. And then you're going to kind of ride that wave and start to really service even older clientele. Do you feel like most of your clientele is like your age or a little bit older?
I would say I mean, yeah, I do have like a lot of people my age that I help them sell their, like, buy their first house. That's like in my sphere, or like people I've met, like that I kept in contact with from my apartment complex when I lived in an apartment. It was way easier to meet like people my age when I lived in an apartment. Now that I'm in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard. And I don't want to like door knock my neighborhoods. Like, I mean, I should, and I walk
You
around
should.
to people, but I don't know. I don't want to like solicit my neighbors. So I haven't like done that, and I probably should. I know that, but like it was easier to make friends at like the dog park, or like go do like social things or networking and just meet, like just talk to people. And it just comes up naturally. Like everyone just talks about what they do. Like I feel like that's the first question, like, oh, what do you do for work? Like that's
Right.
the most common question. So then once you like tell them, they're like, oh, well, I'm thinking about buying, or like they instantly like talk about it, because I feel like it's a natural thing to talk about. So I don't know. And like to go off of like every day is different, even if you start out your day making calls, because I like tell my clients that all the time. My favorite part about real estate is every day is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That
like,
is true.
it's different, but the same in a way. Like you have to do the routine stuff and keep that the
That's
same.
it.
But like showing houses or showing land, or like every client's going to have different needs. And like every day is different, because like every house is different. And
Yeah. Yeah.
every
Or
person's
every zoo is different. Like right now you have a zoo that you're kind of trying to get a contract on. It's like $5 million, which will be a huge win if we can get that to close. And so yeah, who would have thunk it,
like
right?
why I got in, or like started dabbling now in commercial, is just like, what else can I like learn and do to like have all the knowledge? Because like I was like referring my clients away that had commercial needs, and I'm like, why am I referring people away when I could just learn that and help them myself, and just add it to like my tool belt, or the knowledge I can speak on, because I'm going to be in this career for my life. So like whether it's today or 2 years down the road, like I have past clients reaching out, they're like, they want to start their business or expand their business into another space. So they're coming back to me. And so I want to be that go-to person, no matter if it's a house or your business, or, whatever. And that speaks on it being different. Commercial and residential are way different as well.
Exactly. So we've got 2 questions. So when you first started, who did you call before you had past clients? Who were your prospects? Now, I don't know if Cindy was late to the call, but you did start as an inside sales associate in ISA. So maybe fill in on that.
So I guess like every team that I've been a part of has had like a pond, or like just a database full of leads, like we do now. So it's really just calling in that pond is, I guess, where I started. And they're not cold leads really. I mean, at one point, at some time, whether it was recently or years ago, they raised their hand and said, they clicked on a property. They might have not been interested in it, but they were looking at it. So it's really just your conversation starter. At one point you were looking at a home, like, are you still looking to purchase in the next 3 to 6 months, is usually my most often question, because a 3 to 6 month timeline is kind of vague, but they'll usually answer, like, if they say yes, then to follow back up in like less than a month or so to really like narrow down. And if they say no, 3 to 6 months is probably too soon, then to reach back out in like 5 to 6 months and get a new timeline update from them. So I started out calling the database, and I guess I honestly like printed out, this is kind of crazy, but I printed out all of my Facebook friends, and I had like 1,000 something Facebook friends, and I printed them all out. And then I went one by one messaging them either on Facebook, or if I had them on my phones, and just let them know that I was in real estate, and if they knew anyone in the area, or if themselves were like looking. And I know that was definitely the most uncomfortable thing for me, because it was like texting people from high school and stuff that you haven't talked to in years, but like I just had to get over it. So yeah, I literally went and just checked off each person until I got through all my Facebook people, and I did the same thing with my like contacts in my phone. And
I
yeah,
love that.
it was definitely uncomfortable, but I mean, I guess it made people know that I'm in real estate, and you don't want to be a secret agent.
You cannot be a secret agent. That's the key. And I wish I would have done more of that social media stuff before. I kind of hid. I was a secret agent. I mean, I would talk about it, but I love that. And I think that I would also recommend, an agent that's brand spanking new too, that they join a team, because it might take you, again, 5 to 8 years to build something that's sustainable, and you're pumping in a lot of money up front versus, hey, let me go take half of someone else's business. Like, when I met you, I had already been in the business 18 years. So I built that and said, hey, here's some leads, and he could work those and still have his spear. And then we have agents that have been with us 11 years, 9 years, can't even kick them out. Some of them I'd like to. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it's not, teams aren't for everyone, but they're for a lot of people. So it's just thinking about that from a volume-based perspective. If you could join a team and sell 30, 40, 50 homes. We have an agent that sold 61 homes last year and made 400,000. It just depends on what you're looking for, that balance. And that's another question that Esmeralda asked: what is your work-life balance? Like, when do you know you're getting burned out and you need to reboot? Is there such a thing as work-life
Esmeralda, I don't have a very good work-life balance. I probably work too much. But I feel like I reward myself with like vacations and like leave. And I have like a partner agent or showing agent now to like cover while I'm gone. But I don't know. I'm like always available, like up until 8, 9 o'clock. I mean, I'll answer calls after 9 o'clock, depending on if I really like the client. If it's someone that, is a little aggravating, or, it can wait until tomorrow, their question. Then if it's after 8 or 9, like I'll get back to them first thing in the morning. But like, if it's urgent or like someone that like I really get along with and enjoy talking to, like I don't mind talking to them after 9. So I mean, I'm always available. Yeah, especially like during the week, it's more work than life balance.
It is more work. Well, and right now, I mean, here's fair. In fairness, you guys don't have little ones. It's the time to really pour as much time into your business. And that's the thing. It's like, if you work like gritty and hard in the beginning, you won't have to work as hard later after you build it. So, well, I just want to thank you. You're awesome. And, as you're building your team and you're building your portfolio of investments and you're building your real estate career, because you've only been in it 4 years, which is still fairly new, even though you're over the hump. I always feel like 4 years is what it takes for an agent to feel really good about their business. And then it's real true growth, but you're always learning. I just know that you'll always be successful in this business, and I'm proud that you're on our team, and I think you're amazing. And if you guys have questions, follow him on social media. Where can they find you on social media? Instagram,
or I guess Facebook. I don't
put your Instagram in the chat box so they can, because your last name's hard to we can say it, but they're never going to be able to spell it.
I will put it in the chat.
Stefano Dell. We'll just say Dell. We'll cut it short. Stefano Dell.
Yeah, please reach out. Anyone who's like, if you just got in the business, I'm happy to answer any questions. I mean, even like one of our newest ISAs on our team, Ildiko, she was telling me yesterday, she didn't know that I came from an ISA, and she's like, you did exactly what I want to do. I want to be an ISA and then become an agent. So like I was talking to her about that yesterday, but I don't know. I'm an open book and always happy to help anyone who has questions or needs strategies. I'd even talk about my most important like piece of my business, which is my spreadsheet, but I'll share that with people if they reach out.
Oh, good. Your spreadsheet. That's right. How you keep your database clean.
Yeah. It's just a little bit easier to use a spreadsheet than like Follow Up Boss. I guess we use, our CRM's Follow Up Boss and even KV Core, but like the leads come in, they're basically filtered based off of when they came in last. And with your spreadsheet, with my spreadsheet, I like categorize people by hot, warm, cold, and based off of their timeline. So it's just helping like keep the hot people, or, the people I need to keep top of my mind or priority at the top of my spreadsheet versus, just a jumbled CRM.
I love that. Well, I'll put your email in the chat box, Stefano@caulteam.com, so they can, maybe email you on that. But, everybody's got a different brain. You're a spreadsheet brain. You like to stay organized. He does keep the CRM clean because it is a business and you want to treat it that way and not treat it willy-nilly. So, but yeah, I think you'll do great in this business and you have the right mindset. Like this is my business for a long time, for the next 10, 15, 20 years. So you follow up with leads, you don't leave them high and dry, because why not follow up with a lead that's going to buy in 2 years? In 2 years, they're a lead, they're a buyer. If you're going to be in the business 2 years, you may as well follow up with them. So
yeah, I'm showing someone houses now that I followed up with them since I was an ISA on my former team.
There you go. There you go. It's like keep following up. So
4 years later, I'm like, I'm going to sell you a house.
But that's what it takes. Tenacity. I love it. Well, thank you for pouring into these people. And I
wish I got to see the people, because
I know we're on a webinar, so we can't see the people, but that's next time we'll do it. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. Thanks for joining us. And Stefano, we'll see you tomorrow.
All righty. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.